Under the Stars. Tonight's proceeds will be benefiting Giraffe Laugh children and families. We know the value of your time, and we're so happy you decided to spend it with us. As always, we're grateful for our amazing sponsors who make this evening possible. Let's give them a quick round of applause. Since we last met, we've had a lot to celebrate despite a very unpredictable year. We were proud to hold an outdoor graduation parade for 22 preschoolers who are now ready and eager for kindergarten. Most of them had never experienced preschool before last year, and without this wonderful start, they would not be prepared for academic success in school. Children who are prepared when they enter are more likely to graduate from high school and to go on, earn more, and have healthier, happier lives. Our average food pantry use before 2020 was around 25 children and families per month. We are currently serving 75 children and families per month for a 200% increase in services. Working with the Idaho Food Bank and Human Being Coffee, we've been able to increase our food supply with fresh, healthy, necessary nutrients going out to the community. We thank them both. Our number one priority in early childhood is safety. Safety is key when caring for and educating children. Our teachers have worked incredibly hard this year to ensure that children are safe, wear their masks, hand wash frequently, and that their environments are disinfected. The children quickly adapted to new protocols, as did parents and teachers. Our teachers and directors are none other than incredible. They've powered through one of the toughest years we've ever weathered, and despite many challenges, both personal and professional, they persevered and kept children safe, helped them mature socially and emotionally, and educated them to be ready for a positive future. Many are here tonight, so let's give them a hand. Well, what about the parents? Families had to adapt to shortened hours, new protocols, and stricter guidelines. For those of you that weren't here last year, following is a video with an up-close look of what the year looked like for parents and families.
Hi, Elliot, I love you.
It's a morning ritual. Busy parents dropping off their kids at childcare before they head to work. This is Giraffe Laugh, a nonprofit early education center with 4 locations around the Treasure Valley. From the outside, it looks routine. What's happening inside, though, is extraordinary.
So then we have 4 caterpillars and 5 praying mantises. Which one's bigger?
Early education is so important in really every community because that's when the most rapid brain growth is going on in a child's brain. When they're born, those little babies, their brain is only about 25% developed, and by the time they leave at 5, it's 90% developed. So we have this incredible opportunity to really impact their outcomes when they get to school, knowing their letters, their numbers, how to write their name, simple things like standing in a line. Those are all incredible skills for kindergarten readiness. And 99% of our kids are prepared when they arrive in the school. In Idaho in general, only about half of our children enter prepared. And the fact that we're graduating almost 100% of them ready, that changes that dial and moves that dial for Idaho.
For years, thanks to generous donors, Giraffe Laugh has been able to offer scholarships so that low and moderate income families can enjoy the same quality care as those who pay the full cost. And then came 2020.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know. A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Officials now say more than 400 people have been sickened.
We had concerns, of course, knowing that we have a population that is not a very good steward of bodily functions. And on one particular week, we had 9 children and 2 teachers out with fevers at one particular center. And when the director called me and told me about that, I could hear the fear in her voice. We decided as a board and as a staff at that point that if the school district closed, we would as well, in an attempt to flatten that curve.
And so, Giraffe Laugh closed its doors on March 16th. It would not reopen for 10 weeks. The reaction of parents was mixed.
Working from home with a 4-year-old is quite the adventure.
That word is stressful.
Panic, confusion.
10 weeks. Overwhelming.
Yeah, uncertainty probably.
For us, my mom lives in Twin Falls. She literally met us halfway between Twin Falls and Boise every Sunday night to take my kids. And then we would both work from home. And then on Thursday evenings, we would meet her again halfway between Twin Falls and Boise and pick up our kids. So we only had our kids Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 10 weeks.
We're also trying to potty train at the same time, and my daughter Charlotte did successfully take off a poopy diaper while I was on a Zoom call and handed it to me on the side. It was rough.
Getting that call that night, it was email and a call from Lori, and I can't even imagine being in her shoes, but what it felt like to me was instantly like, I'm gonna have to tell all of my people that they don't have a job to go to on Monday, that we are closed down, and how is that gonna affect our families? How is that going to affect our staff?
We were all scared. Everyone was scared. We were scared of getting the virus. We were afraid for our jobs. We were wondering if the organization was going to survive this incredible event that we had no control over. And we rallied. We really, all of our teachers kept doing things like FaceTime and Zoom calls with kids.
Popcorn popping on the apricot tree.
We did grab-and-go meals for kids so that they could be fed during that time. I was just really proud that we found ways to live our mission in the middle of something we just had no control over. Okay. Take me back, sure.
I think especially now with so many people in essential work, like childcare is needed. And while there's discussion about whether certain things should be open or not, the reality of the matter is that a lot of people do have to go to work right now, and they don't have the means to have anyone watch their kids at home.
This is Avalon, a Boise hairstylist with 2 kids at Giraffe Laugh.
When we decided to shut down our salon, it hadn't been announced that we had to. It was more for the safety of our clients. I was already out of work when the daycare had closed, but I was still utilizing that because I was trying to find another job. And so when we got the email that it was closing, I was like, oh no. What am I gonna do now? And so when they opened back up, I explained to Laura that I hadn't been working. We had a date of when we were gonna open up the salon. So I knew that I was going back to work. I didn't know what the hours were gonna look like or how full my schedule was gonna be. And she was like, well, we're gonna figure it out. Stop crying. We got this figured out. Keep bringing them. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop crying. I'm gonna bring them in. We'll see you tomorrow. I don't know. I was in a bind. She was super helpful. Saya. She informed me that no matter what happened, if I communicated that I needed help, Millie and Xander can always come back. Anybody and everybody that supports Giraffe Laugh, it's a huge thank you.
Quality childcare was already hard to find before the pandemic. It's about to get a lot harder. According to a national survey of childcare centers in July, up to 40% will close for good because of the pandemic. The time to act is now. When you give to the Giraffe Laugh Scholarship Fund, you're empowering families to build stronger futures for themselves and ensuring school readiness for the kids at greatest risk of falling behind.
I'm such a firm believer in early education. They're really sculpting young minds here. They're teaching these children about love. At the same time, they're teaching them about letters, and they're teaching them about friends, and really sculpting these little people that are going to turn into, adults. I think everyone should have that. I wish there were 20 Giraffe Laughs in the Treasure Valley.
Help these kids get the start they deserve. Support the Giraffe Laugh Scholarship Fund today.
Please give us lots of money. We need money. Where's the money? More money, please. I bet you could give more. Send us some money, please. Gracias. Thank you. You're too cute.
As you can see, childcare and early education is critical to our community, not only to advance the ability of each child to thrive, but to support working parents who need, want, and deserve a quality place for their child. Through our scholarship program, children are able to attend Giraffe Laugh even if their parents aren't able to pay full price for tuition. If you'd like to be a part of changing lives and ensuring a head start for young children, please act today. There are 3 ways to give if you'd like to support our work. Attached to your goodie box are some directions. You can text, scan the QR code, or use the envelope in your package to ensure that children in Idaho enter school prepared, that parents are supported, and a place where we will build strong futures for our community.
Hello, darling. Surprise! Okay, let's quickly recap where Team FASCILLA was 30 years ago. Son Alex, our oldest, was 7. Emily was 1, and Annie was still years away from gracing us with her presence. In terms of the family that we've become today, we were still in the baby room back then, but like Lori's passion and sense of mission for Giraffe Laugh, together we would grow. There's so much more to share here than we have time for today. But I would say that having had this front row seat for Lori's journey over the last 30 years, the singular, perhaps most significant inflection point for her professionally occurred when the LA to Community Action Agency, which was the parent of Giraffe Laugh back in the day, announced that they were going to close Giraffe Laugh because it fell outside their core mission. And Lori had poured her heart and soul into making it the kind of place that we would take our own children, and in fact we did take them there. Couldn't stand to see that happen. So through an endless labyrinth of challenges, really many more than I can count, although a big one was when the landlord for the Giraffe Laugh 1 location decided he was not going to renew the Giraffe Laugh lease because it was more lucrative to put an ice cream shop in there, which is probably true. But through those challenges, Lori, aided by an incredible board that has supported her over the decades, and an able staff, phenomenal community support, Lori's grown a notoriously difficult business over a time period that has seen literally hundreds and probably thousands of other local businesses come and go, not to mention early learning centers. I'd say that what I admire most about Lori's incredible journey with GL is her relentless personal and professional growth. From those early days as the director of one tiny center in Hyde Park, licensed for perhaps 30 kids, she has become really one of the most capable business leaders I've ever known. And I've known a lot of good ones over my career. With each threat to organizational survival over the last 30 years, and there have been more than I can count, she upped her game and stewarded her organization over, around, or through whatever the obstacle was. Those obstacles didn't stand a chance. Most recently, of course, has been the pandemic, and in looking at that, I think that Lori's commitment, dedication, and determination, aided of course by her able and amazing team, has brought Giraffe Laugh through that nightmare, which is ongoing, by the way, stronger than ever. And so, as a charter member, chairman and CEO of the Lori Fan Club, I encourage all of you to share in this wonderful moment with my lovely and capable bride of 41 years. Congratulations, darling. I love you.
Lori, I was supposed to do this video before I left and I forgot. So I took a pit stop in Loman to record this message for you and tell you how much I adore you, love you. Your work at Giraffe Laugh is amazing. What you do for the kids, the community, your staff, your board, you are truly an inspiration and an incredible human being. So celebrate 30 years, my friend. You deserve it, and I love you.
Hey Mom, Son here. When you started at Giraffe Laugh, Emily was 1, I was 7, Annie was, let's call that the good old days. Kidding, Annie, love you. But all kidding aside, Mom, in 30 short years, you've amassed this empire for good, being good, doing good in our community. And I'm just in awe every day of the light you're able to bring, the relative sort of darkness that we're experiencing and have experienced. The selfless love, the seemingly limitless passion that you possess has been the most inspiring constant in my life. So I'm happy that we're celebrating you today. I love you, and I could not be more proud to call you Mom.
Hi Mom, it's us. We are here to wish you a happy 30 years with Giraffe Laugh, which is insane because you don't look a day over 35, so I'm not sure how you did it. I can't think of anyone who has made such a positive impact in their community and really made a difference in so many people's lives the way that you have. And I think we're all so proud of you, and we're also just like in complete awe of everything that you've accomplished these past 30 years. So thank you for everything that you have done, and I love you so much.
Hey Lori, cheers to 30 years. You've given us so much love and leadership in our community. It's something to be so proud of, and we thank you for promoting early childhood education. You're definitely going to leave a positive legacy in this community, and we will love you forever for everything that you've done.
Mom, happy 30th. It has been absolutely incredible to watch you grow this organization across my entire life. From hiding under your desk at the Residue Giraffe Laugh to painting faces next to you at countless Hyde Park street fairs, I have learned so much about strength and compassion and love from watching you lead by example. The phone calls that you would have, the conversations you would have with families in the office, providing so much understanding, validation, support, love. It truly has made me into the woman that I am today, and that is why I knew I must be here today to hug you in person, love you in person, and tell you that I never could have made it out to New York doing the work that I do without watching firsthand your impact and your strength. And I love you so much. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so, so proud to be your daughter.
Hi everybody, I'm here to let you know that I'm inspired by and I want to celebrate Miss Lori FASCILLA for her 30 years as director of Giraffe Laugh. Lori, I know you're there, hi. 30 years, oh my gosh. And you and I met on that fateful day in my office, and right after then, you started providing the best infant care on the planet. Oh, the best infant care in the universe. It's true. And after that, our friendship grew and grew, and so did our connection through Giraffe Laugh. Lori, this is one of my mom's babies, and I brought her here today to represent all the kids, all the children that you've cared about and cared for over all the years, including your own kids and my kids, and also my grandson Wyatt. They're really, words aren't adequate, but I'll try. Your vision, your integrity, your empathy, Lori, and your hugs and your tender voice, your professionalism, your mentoring, your presence, all of these things have built your legacy and your influence on so many families for at least 2 generations of kids in person. And imagine all the kids and families that will also be influenced over the years to come. I want you to see where I am. See that ocean out there? Lori, that is how big your heart is. That is how deep your influence goes. And that is how much you're loved. Congratulations, my inspiring, beautiful friend.